So what's up, y'all? This is Eddie Santasy with the Altr Show, where we value perspectives and creativity. And DJ ReRe, one of the most creative people that I know, created a lane for herself. She is just an inspiration to all. And so when she said she was in the city, I was like, yo, you got to come through on the podcast. And she was like, when and where? It's raining here in Omaha. She had to do a whole bunch of stuff with the rental.
Still late.
But she made it. She made it, people. And I just want to bring you in and just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, everybody. My name is DJ ReRe. ReRe is your DJ this cute. Born and raised in Omaha, Nebraska. Omaha, Nebraska. However, I do live in Miami, Florida, and I've been there for almost 11 years. And I moved there when I was like 20-something.
That was 11 years ago?
Almost 11 years ago.
Wow, because I remember when you were here.
Oh, I was killing it in Omaha, but something happened. And, you know, you get to a certain point in your life, and you're like, what the heck? And where am I going with this? So
Right.
I found a spark. When I was doing stuff here, I found a spark, and but I also found a lot of hate. So that was my motivation to show what I do is not for nobody. It's for me and to show those who want to do things. You could do things. So I left because I'm like, man, F this. I wanna go and I wanna be bigger than what I was at the time.
You know what's dope? So, and the reason I told you right before we started, the main reason I wanted to bring you on is I have nieces that love music, and they're like, Uncle Eddie, I see that you record. So I make videos and stuff like for clients and stuff. So they see me working on it. And they were like, I want to do something like that. Like, I don't want to do other things. And I was like, yo, you know what? I know some women who do work outside of traditional jobs. And they're like what? I was like a DJ. And you were one of the ones I brought up. And they were like, a DJ? Like there's only like parties on Saturdays. And so like, exactly. No. And so and she's like, I think 12 or 13. So in her limited perspective of,
what a DJ
is.
She's just a club on a Saturday. Right. A bunch of drunk people. Woohoo. No. No. Okay. Actually, I used to, I started out DJing college parties because I was doing house parties, and I was on a radio station, and me and this Puerto Rican chick, Carla, shout out to my girl Carla. We were she was killing it. This is when reggaeton first came out. She was killing reggaeton, and I was killing hip hop. And then I started to make these mixtapes, these CDs. Back in the day, I was mixing CDs, and I was just so into music, and people loved it, man. And they were like, what's up with this music? Like, I was introducing people to new music that, you know, like here, I'm not saying we're all smart-minded, but we just don't know nothing unless something is introduced to us. So I was that one who was searching for new music. I was always trying to find something. I'm tired of listening to this. What else is out there? Right. And so I would put it on the radio. When I was in college, I put it on the radio, and I would take that mix and put it, I would invite people over to my house. We would have house parties, and then the girls, my sorority, shout out to Lemon 39, my sorority was like, yo, you need to be DJing like for our parties, because we're tired of the same stuff. And there was a demand for it. There was a big demand for it. And so
There's still a demand for it.
Tell me where, because people ain't trying to recognize the, you know, and
I say that because you go to parties and they play the same songs.
They sure do.
And so, or you go to the clubs, or you go to these other events, not even parties, so like events.
Same stuff.
Yeah.
Don't even get me started. And that's why I could not stand it. And that's for me, I cannot play the same. I'm not a jukebox. I'm not about to play the same stuff. Right. Like at the time, I was always, I don't know if you've been to my parties, I would always mix it up. So you call me open format DJ. I'm not a hip hop DJ. I'm not a Latin DJ. I'm not a pop DJ. I am everything. And that was one of the things that made me different was I was literally, if you came to my party, I would have my cousins, my homegirls, my Latin girls, and I had the homies down the block, and I had a hood there. Everybody was there, and everybody was vibing, and it'd be a vibe. But I don't know. I just don't know if they was ready for that. I don't know, because I feel like the parties here, I don't know if it's here, but I feel like they're very segregated.
Yep, they still are.
And like you can only listen to this, and they're still afraid of hip hop. They're still afraid of.
You know what?
I don't understand.
Let me not say they still are. They are to a certain extent, but it's actually still the same. Where certain venues don't get the opportunity to actually have the events because they're
afraid.
They know who the promoters are.
That's another thing. Promoters.
Well, I'm just saying, like, the type of promoters and like they look at, okay, what events were you at? And then there was this new event system or a site. It's called Event Noir. Have you heard about them?
Maybe.
Okay. Well, they're specific to like black event planners.
Oh, nice.
And so so what they do is they try to go in and talk to the event hosts or the event places that own the spaces.
The venue owners.
Yep. And so they go talk to them and they create a relationship to like, hey, let's make this a 2-year contract and we'll pay you X amount just to keep these our venue people coming in because we want to. There's gonna be security, XYZ, and so there are things helping that space. No, the Event Noir is out of like I think Atlanta.
I heard of that, but not here.
No, it's out of Atlanta. But I signed up for it and I got approved to host events here. And it's okay. One, I can get signed up for it and get approved, but I may not be a top tier promoter. My stuff is a little bit more nuanced based, whereas music wise. I had a tripod and I left it.
No, honey, listen. I got 3 tripods in the car and I'm not going back. It's raining. So, I think that's awesome.
Yeah. So
I think that's awesome. So you're gonna start hosting your own like just like networking events or what?
So they're more conversational pieces, kind of like this. So like basically, imagine this and the people that are watching this, right?
Hey y'all.
Imagine that, and then people coming to hear that, but also afterwards, I guess. Work together, because obviously everyone hears the term collaboration over competition. Like, we want to collaborate more, and I think that's happening more in certain spaces, especially here since we're a small, like everybody in North Omaha know everybody in North Omaha, right?
Well, they should.
Yeah, well, I'm 1 degree separated from, I bet, one of your cousins that you don't even think I know, right? There's probably one person,
somebody knows somebody.
Yeah. And so like, so stuff like that to me is very, it's we have certain people doing the work. It's just that they're not connected. And so I would just be one part of whoever else those events and whatever venue it is. Yeah. We work with them to help host more black and brown events, because one of the things is we get a bad rep. So
and another thing is it's hard to get a black and brown event at a nicer venue.
Yes. And
that was another thing. I was like, why I gotta DJ in this whole wall? And the only places I could DJ that was for that allowed the only places that I could DJ at would be, I would not be the main DJ, I would be a opener or whatever, and it would be for another type of
theme.
And then the main DJ would be a different type of DJ, but they let me open because they knew that I could bring the people.
Right.
And that's I think I was being taken advantage of a lot when I was here. But recent college grad, I had that
girl power.
I had that girl power. I had a lot of people. And then I remember my last party, I said, man, I'm not doing this no more, was I had brought a whole group, and they first of all didn't let them in, and then second of all they said, oh, they smell like weed. And then if they do come in, you're making them pay triple. So instead of, the $5-10, you're making them pay $40 to come in to a regular party.
Like we Miami. We ain't Miami.
I'm like, yo, I know. I said, listen, I know it's me and all, but they're not paying $40 to come in here. Right. Because when my people come in, we are buying a section. I will get a bottle, and I will do that.
Right.
But I'm not doing $40 entry fee, and I left myself. I didn't do the event no more. I was like, this is not fair. Like,
it's different tactics of discrimination that they do. Last event that you did was at Capitol. I think it was the old Club O.
Oh my God, that was a long time ago, honey. Yeah. That was like 2009, 8.
That was one of the last ones that I went to.
That was a good one.
So
right before I left. Yeah.
I know, and I seen pictures on there because me and Adam was behind the DJ. I was like, oh, we up there with ReRe. I remembered it. I was like, man,
that party was so much fun.
But it's because it was diverse.
It was.
I think you were the main DJ that whole night, right?
I don't remember no other DJ, to be honest.
You was definitely up there mixing the ones and twos.
And that's when I was on vinyl, y'all. I was just doing records, vinyls, trying to rip through all these songs and take care of my cues and take care of these and take care of my lambdas and take care of like Eddie, his group, and Carlik and all y'all. And
yeah,
like,
we was chunky in there.
They was heavy. That was
that
a
was
good
dope.
party.
And I think it was a summer too, and it was like super nice out.
I think it was my sorority had an after party for something. Everybody came through. They looked so nice.
Yeah, it was dope.
So nice, and like none of this trashy people, but everybody was looking nice, like a party you want to go to.
No, but you're right though. Some people, when they go to these events and they know somebody who's a part of it, they'll come and think like, oh, so and so, I get in. To me, it's all I value experience, right?
Yeah.
So if you value experience, you value the look of everything. And if somebody I'm not, and I don't want to sound, this sounds really judgy, but if you don't look up to par to be enjoying a good time,
don't come.
I'm not saying don't come. I'm just saying like be responsible about how you look, even if your people's there. Cause I have people come to some of my stuff. I'm like, bro, like just don't come in a hoodie. The hoodie is all black and it look like how your hoodie look ashy. How your hoodie look ashy.
Came with an ashy hoodie. Don't come with no slides. Don't come in a basketball shorts. Don't come looking bummy. I don't like that. And I even told one of my exes, I said, don't come to my events no more if you're gonna look like this. I love you and all, but don't come to my events because you are a reflection of me, and that's not me.
Right.
So it is important. And in that event that you were at, like everybody just came with it. And
yeah, it was dope.
And then that's how you also bring up the value in what we do.
Right.
Like you can't have black and brown events and we over here looking like looking
like we,
you know what I mean?
Looking like we looking for problems. Most of the time that's what
like
it is.
You came in sneakers. Why are you coming in sneakers?
Right.
Or the girls coming in flip flops? Don't come in no flip flops.
Well, I don't know. J's nowadays is kind of a fashion statement. Certain J's.
We're not.
I mean?
Okay, listen. Then wait till a sneaker event. Wait till a gala, or wait till because we have a lot of sneaker galas in Miami. We do that a lot. Yes.
So I got a boy who's throwing one here. It's a sneaker soiree.
Yes, and then that's when you come fresh to death in those. But if we're coming to a nice party, you want to look like you're going to a nice party, not J's.
Right.
That's something you would wear to like a bar or something, or your boys' party.
I feel
but if we're going to a nice club, we're trying to spend money, and we want people to spend money on us.
Right.
We gotta look like money. Jay's looks like money to people who like Jay's.
I don't know,
but
you'd be surprised though.
I know somebody.
The white girls wearing a lot of J's nowadays.
I know, but I just think
they're kind of hijacking culture a little bit.
Like it to me, it's the culture, yes, but like I'm thinking like
I know what you
hire
mean.
clients who look at a woman and want you to look like a woman, not unless you are, you're doing something else. But like if they want you to look like a woman and hold yourself up to it. And I did not learn that.
So you're talking about women that wear J's?
Yeah, men that wear J's is different. If you go to the club,
I'm like, I can't wear my J's.
No, you can wear your J's, but they got to be nice. But I know some clubs they don't even allow sneakers, but you got to wear like those really nice looking
Chelsea boots.
You ain't gotta wear boots, but like you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Like you can wear some nice, like they sell them at Burlington. I see them all the time. They're really nice. Like but you can wear J's to that.
Stacey, you talking about Stacey Adams?
Not Stacey Adams. We're not that old, but like there's like there's a happy medium. I know what you mean. I gotta put you on, but like there's a happy medium, and like you can wear your nice skinny whatever jeans, fitted jeans, whatever, and a nice jacket.
Yeah.
And you can wear the Jordans. That's fine, but it's got to be a whole style.
Yep.
You got to be stylish.
Well, when I'm in Miami, I definitely wear like the floral joint. I open it up. I don't got the chest hairs, but I wear a floral pattern. The nice little. I actually wear their Nike golf pants. They look really good.
Yeah, but you put it together. It's how you put the outfit. You're not just walking out here looking like whatever. You actually give a damn.
Right.
And that's the problem with here. Nobody gave a damn. And so when I go to a club, people are like, oh, girl, you're going to be fine. And I'm like, I'm not going out like this.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, people want to see you. And they're like, you see what?
Oh, she looking like Who Shot John?
And I don't be looking like that, honey.
Right.
And so like, and when you see me, like even for your show, I got, I did a little makeup because I'm not coming to your show.
Right. I appreciate that.
And the value in your brand and you put me on your show for a reason. Mm-hmm. And what you see me like on Facebook and on Instagram, that's who I am.
That's your brand.
And that's my brand.
That's
so
a fact.
I value that and I bring that everywhere I go.
I appreciate that.
So,
But you understand. So you understand branding and like holding yourself to a certain
standards. You gotta have standards.
Yeah, that's good though. So I mean, we're literally going through the question I was gonna ask. We're already kind of talking about them. I guess the last question would be like, because you talked about how you already got into DJing, and then so what are you doing now creatively, and like how is that process?
So listen, guys. Ever since I moved to since I moved to Miami, I didn't know what I was really gonna do. I got my master's. Don't worry, y'all. I went to school. I graduated from Iowa State, and then I got my bachelor's of science in broadcast journalism. Then I got to Miami, and then I got my master's from Bellevue University in public administration. So once I graduated, I was a program director for a nonprofit. Then I moved on to work in these really cool spaces. And then then I got laid off. Then this homeboy was like, "You're so dope. You should like work for Carnival Cruises." So ever since then, my life changed. So 2012-ish, so I started working for the cruise ships, and then ever since then, I was gone, out of the country, gone.
Right.
For months gone. And then, so I started to DJ on a cruise ship. Then I came back home. Then I was DJing in the clubs, and then I was DJing for corporations and stuff like that. I was like, what the heck? And then 2016, quit my little full-time job again. Because I think the universe, when it calls you, you call you. Because when I was working my full-time job, I was also DJing on the side. But then I got to that point where I'm like, yo, this guy called me. He found me on the internet. And he called me to do another cruise job. I did that in 2016. And I never had a regular job since 2016. Oh. And my first contract was Southeast Asia. They sent me to Singapore, and I was doing Southeast Asia like 4 times like it was nothing. Oh yeah, I'm in Vietnam today, girl, let me call you back. And like and then the next day I'll be like in Taiwan or Japan and stuff like that. And then they sent me to London. So I was traveling for 4 years straight, all the way up until COVID. COVID happened. But in between then, I was doing Rolling Loud. I did Rolling Loud. I really hope they know what Rolling Loud is. Yeah. So I did Rolling Loud.
They should. If not, we can look it up. Don't worry about it.
And then I DJed for a lot of really cool people. Flo Rida, Shanti. So I was doing a lot of stuff. Trina, Trick, all of those people. And then when COVID happened, I really, really focused on the business aspect. I did not think about business and money until COVID happened, and the cruises were not happening no more.
Right.
So then I was like, shoot.
Didn't Carnival have something wild with a runaway ship or something like that?
A runaway ship? What?
Wasn't there a ship that like was like stranded at sea or something?
Oh, I was stranded. Okay, listen, my first contract, all of the engines blew, and we were stuck out at sea for a week.
Oh wow!
But we didn't tell everybody that we were stuck in Cozumel for a minute. Then we pushed very slowly back to Texas, but we was out there for a while. And then after I left, they really got stranded. But that was a while ago. I will never. I'm not knocking nobody. I just won't go back to that. It's tough. And then the first cruise ship that got the corona and stuff was Princess.
Whoa.
Which is the ship I worked for, and it was the contract I was supposed to be on, which was they got the first case when they were in Japan.
Oh wow!
And guess who they asked for to do that ship? And I said no, because I was in New York at the time. So I told them no. So I really feel like the universe be saying stuff.
Right, protecting you.
Because I purposely said no because I was going to focus on the business. So I said I got to focus on my business because I'm making this money, but I'm not. I don't know. I don't know what's happening with this money, but I'm paying the bills. But I just don't know. So then I formed Remixed Events. I was talking to some people. What's your name of company? Remixed Events. So I opened up Remixed Events, and that is basically a whole company. So like if you want DJ ReRe, you're gonna go to Remixed Events, and that's an umbrella of stuff. So now we do like we do weddings, we do corporates, we do rentals. So we do uplights, we do the spark machines, we do Dance on the Clouds, all those really nice stuff that you look at on TV. Like I wish I could have that, but it's pricey. It's not cheap. Right. However, I do make it affordable. So I do all that. So now this past weekend, I have 5 DJs working for me while I was here working. So I still make money, and I was here making money. So I realized, this could be a good business to do. So, you know, from there, I've gotten really good clients like Aeropostale and Cheetos. I've worked for Champ Sports. I worked for Victoria's Secret. I worked for Pretty Little Thing. I'm actually like their official DJ. They call me all the time.
Ow.
Yes. So like I'm there all the time. I had to plug that. But like I work for them now. I do so many corporations. It's just ridiculous. And then I got a call for Formula One. I don't know if you guys know.
Oh wow.
But Formula One at the Hard Rock Stadium where the Dolphins play. Now they have Formula One contract.
Nice.
And so I'll be doing that this weekend, this Friday actually. So
okay, let's go.
Yeah, so like the DJ stuff, it starts off like that, and then it depends on how serious you are with it, where it can take you. So I've literally been all around the world, and I'm like 36, so like I just been all over around the world, and I'm just chilling. And now I'm about to buy a house, and I just bought a new car, and
let's go.
Yeah,
it's
so
inspiring though.
Yes,
no, but for real, like I remember when you were starting to DJ. I think you did one of Leslie's parties at El Dorado or something.
Yes. Oh,
it was
God.
like a wow. It was a long time ago.
It's all these parties that I did when you were here was so long ago, and at the time I sucked, but I put all my energy into it.
Right.
And like I was actually not that bad.
No, yeah, you
so
weren't that
much
bad.
better now,
Right.
but like I was not that bad, you know.
But you had a taste for music, and you mixed it up, and then the crowd that I think your sorority is a lot of Latino women, right? And then the Latino women, they were going crazy, and then it just made the event that was like, dang man, we need to come to more of these.
They did so basically it was a hype, you know.
Yeah,
like my girls was hyping it up, and everybody was hyping. It's like I said, it's a vibe, and you caught it.
Yeah.
And like people just wanted to get on the wave, and that's what it was back then. We even went to house parties, and it didn't matter if you were Greek or whatever, but you guys were always around, and we loved y'all, and we all vibed, and the music brings up all of us together. And I will never forget any of that. I remember I was DJing a house party all the way in Chicago in somebody's mama's system. And I just used my laptop, and then the system busted, and I hope he bought his mom a new speaker. But like, I've done some crazy stuff because I do have a passion. I think that's another thing. Like, if you're gonna do it, make sure you do it, because and this lady told me this, and I wanted to punch her in the face at the time. She goes, "Oh, you not no real DJ because you still over here. You're not really in it with." And I'm like, "What do you mean I'm not into it?" She's like, "Listen, you still got a job. You only do this on the side. You're not into it. If you were into this would be your life. You live and breathe it."
That's
and
good.
I was like, "But I do." Like, she really made me cry. And but she was, I still talk to her now. And now she's like looking over me, and she shares my stuff all the time. But I didn't realize, man, at the time, all these people were making fun of me or whatever the case is. But now that since 2016, so almost, I don't know how long ago that was. So 2016.
6 years.
6 years ago, I've been, I have not worked for nobody. And since for 6 years, and I make a lot of money. Make a lot of money. I make way more money than I would have ever did with that.
Let's just say good money. We don't want the IRS coming knocking at your door.
Honey, $18,000 I gotta owe them.
Ooh,
so
okay.
I'm a little sad. So IRS already got my numbers come trying to buy a house. So they saw that. But like, the thing is, you make a lot of money because you put a lot of work in. And that's the thing. Like, I am still a single woman. I'm not saying that for nothing, but it's just, I'm not, and that's another reason kind of why I moved down here. I felt like it was pressure. It's pressure. Oh, you need to have a kid. You need to have, I'm like, what about a man? What happened to that part?
Right.
But like, people don't, they weren't instilling like family values here. Like, I mean, my white friends were all getting married and boom, knocked up, and look at us in our nice big house. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. That Black women, it doesn't happen. It's not the same for Black women. My life experience is not the same, and it's not that easy. So I was like, man, bump that. I'm going to focus on myself and getting my own, because I don't want to be here according to society and wait for somebody to pick me up or whatever, you know? So I was like, yeah. So I left, because being here sometimes kind of made me feel a little not equipped. I felt like I wasn't enough for whoever. and even enough for the industry and stuff. So I was like, I am going to be a butterfly. I didn't move to Miami right away. I moved to Virginia first, and then I moved to Miami. But Virginia was just as,
right. Hop and skip.
It was worse than Omaha, and it was very backwards. And I'm like,
well, you found your niche.
I did.
And you focused in, and that, again, like I said, you're one of the stories that I tell my nieces or any like little young girl that I know who ask me about what I do, and I was like, yo, you can actually do other things. Like,
you could do so many things. It's a whole world, and now they're trying to teach financial literacy. I'm gonna give you a gift to give to your nieces. Actually,
okay.
I'm also working
on gifts,
crypto and NFT stuff. So I'm getting into that space too, y'all. That's a whole nother space. But I'm trying to get in that wave. So give those to them.
Oh, nice. QR codes. Okay.
QR codes. So if you if you're on my Instagram, you'll see that picture, and then you'll see where that picture came from.
Dope.
So
okay, let's go.
Yeah,
this is dope.
I do want people to see that, you know, I don't care. Like, if you want to do something, if you really put, I don't care what it is. If you put your passion into it, somebody gonna pick it up, and you gonna make it. Cause I never thought in a million years that I would be doing what I'm doing and having a very successful company. Within 2 years, I have clients like Cheetos and stuff calling me. Oh my God, we love you. You know, like they call my phone, like, and Princess Cruises calls my phone like it's nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's crazy.
That's powerful.
It really is. And like, but I'm still super humble, and you know, I'm a little humble, but I think that's because I came from Omaha, Nebraska.
Right.
I'm not
represent.
I'm not no flashy, whatever. I'm super humble, and I want to help everybody else that's in that mind frame to get to the next set, because you can't help everybody, and I'm not trying to help everybody. I just want to help those that really want to see, like, because every time I'm DJing, I see the little kids are like, oh,
right. Well, that's what we appreciate. I appreciate you for coming through, ReRe. Like, I loved it. Like I said, your story is even more inspirational hearing it from you. Again, I seen it. And I was like, oh, she left. And I seen you was in Miami. So, again, appreciate you for coming through. I'm going to definitely hand these off to my little nieces.
Yeah.
And I want to thank you for coming through. Man, I'm just it's crazy because when you have black and brown women that you can have someone look up to, it's like, look, I got her on the show. And so, like, it's just powerful, powerful space. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is the Altr Show, where we value perspectives and perspectives that are valued. So let's get back to the value. Peace.